Doing happy pre-Thanksgiving.
Happy Wednesday, man.
Yeah, it's not just Wednesday. It's the day before. It's the night before the big thing, the big to do that people do where they stuff their gullets
Thanksgiving Eve.
and they watch football.
I think this is like the number one. Thanksgiving Eve is the number one holiday to like go out to like the bars and shit. If I remember correctly, when I was younger, I remember them saying that. So be careful out there. Let me just
Now,
tell
why is that? Now, is it because people have family in town? They're like, hey, let's go get fucking
Yep.
wasted.
So all the kids are coming home from college and they want something to do. So they, drive around to different bars and everything like that. So yeah, it's a little dangerous out there in the evening. So you should be here with us, hanging out with
right.
the Weasel.
Now, I don't really know where you guys are going to watch this. I guess Todd couldn't find a copy on online, via archive. We own it on Fandango. I've got the digital copy because I love the movie. I guess Todd had to buy it for the occasion, but I already owned it.
It's only $5 right now. It's on sale on Fandango. So
Kino Lorber, when?
I know.
4K. Get a Blu-ray. Like, why this movie doesn't have like a wide release? Because it is the quintessential holiday Thanksgiving movie. I mean, what else you got?
Well, I looked, and I do think they have a Blu-ray, and they were selling it for like $22. I'm like, are you crazy? No way. For just a bare bones Blu-ray, no way.
It's a Kino release. They really need to put it out. But it is Disney, though.
Oh, it is Disney technically?
It's Buena Vista.
Oh, that's why.
Because Pauly Shore was a Disney contract player. So when he was all big from MTV and Totally Pauly and all that stuff, yeah, he signed like a deal with Disney, and he did like a 3-picture deal. So that was Encino Man.
Okay.
It was this, and then I believe it was In the Army Now. Those are all Buena Vista, I believe, which is a subsidiary label of Disney.
Okay, so is this on Disney Plus?
It could be. You might have wasted money.
It's $5. I mean, and I'd rather have a Fandango in my library, but
yeah, no, it could be on Disney Plus. So Todd will check that out for you guys right now. Yeah, it's Buena Vista. So I mean, Disney would be stupid if they didn't have it on there. Disney shocks me. They've had a couple of things you can't find on there, and I just don't know why. But most stuff's on there. So what's up, everybody? And they got in the chat. Hopefully, I don't know how many of you guys are going to be free tonight. Like I said, it is the night before. You guys may or may not have a bunch of family in town. I don't. We keep it pretty low key for Thanksgiving. I got a brother that's literally 5 miles down the road I live on that doesn't want to come over for Thanksgiving.
So really?
Yeah. But Andrew?
He doesn't want to come over.
He lives 5 miles down the damn road I'm on. Like 5 miles down this main road. That's it. And it's pulling teeth getting him to come over. We're lucky if he comes over for Christmas.
So you see him like once a year?
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
It's like he's 5 minutes down the road.
Jesus.
And like I said, we're lucky if we get him to come over for Christmas, and he doesn't even come over for Christmas every year.
Well, now that you have the new baby, you would think
that doesn't mean shit.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, I met up with him once since we've had the kid, and I had to go to him and go out to lunch with him or whatever. It's just, my family's so weird about that stuff. I had another brother that lived here across the city in Mesa, and granted, he's not 5 minutes down the damn road. Mesa's about an hour across the city, but still, he not once came and visited our mom, since she moved in with us. No,
that's crazy, man.
And he's since moved. He was here for like 2.5 years, 3 years, and didn't visit us or my mom once.
That's crazy. I love your mom, dude. I'd love to visit your mom. I go out just to visit your mom, not just you.
I mean, it's just our family's like that, dude. They're fucking weird.
Mine are too. My family's fucked up as well.
And but so we're keeping it pretty small, and it's just me, the wife, my mom, and now the baby and the dog. So we're still gonna cook, but obviously we're not going nuts. What are you guys making, by the way? I'm gonna make ham. I was gonna say no to turkey, but my wife got a free turkey with her job, so fuck. But I'm not going to I was unprepared. I didn't realize that we were going to do
turkeys are easy, dude. Just throw them on the roaster for 4 hours or whatever.
Yeah, I bet your turkey tastes like shit.
No, dude, it's nice, plump, juicy. It's great.
It's an art, man. It's an art. And anyway, I'm not ready to do all that. So we'll do the turkey for Christmas. I'll save it, and then I'm going to pair it with a leg of lamb that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And then tomorrow, I was wanting to take it easy. I've got a ham. We always do a ham. Ham is easy. But ham's delicious. It's my favorite. And then I'm gonna grill up some drumsticks I've been seasoned and marinated and stuff like that. So simple. And we'll do deviled eggs, and I'm gonna gas the place out.
Oh God, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No boiled chicken though, huh?
My baby's gonna gas us out too, dude. We're like
Oh,
birds of a feather. And let's see. My mom does green bean casserole, which is give or take.
I'm doing that this year. I'm
Some
doing that. I'm
people
doing the
absolutely love
stuffing.
it. I think it's okay. It's
Oh, it's
fine.
great, man.
And everybody's like, "Oh, I love the green bean casserole." I'm like, "It's fucking fried onions you get from like Great Value.
Yeah,
It's a cream of mushroom soup and it's canned green. It's like nothing.
it tastes great, man. I
It is
mix it
good.
all together into a giant bowl, like from KFC, dude.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
it's goopy like snot though. And then I like, of course, mashed potatoes. I do a macaroni and cheese bake. We're still actually making a lot of food for us. It's way too much, but you know,
Do
I
you
like.
do like the box mashed potatoes, or do you just mash them yourself?
No, we mash them
Do
ourselves.
you leave the
Come on.
skins on? I
I
like
love
the skin.
skins.
I
I
do too,
love
dude.
skins.
I do too.
I
Gives it
love the
flavor, man.
skins. I do. Yeah. So, but for Christmas though, I have a couple of my brothers from Missouri flying out for the first time. They've never been out
Oh,
here. Well, one of them's been out here once, but one of them hasn't. They're coming to basically visit my mom, and yeah, so that'll be fun. So that one I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna go a little bit more all out, but this one we'll just kind of keep pretty small. Let's see. What's up, Krusty Blano? What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey.
Racing Genius, good evening from the Pauly Shore fan club. We are the quintessential, the Pauly Shore fan club. We're such a hot fan club that Pauly didn't respond to my request to talk. I've tried reaching out to Pauly Shore a couple of times. I've reached out to his handler and stuff like that, his PR guy. And most recently, I think I was late to the party. I wanted him to come on and talk about son-in-law.
Yeah.
Like I said, he can mope and about his career and pine for the days of old. I miss being in movies, bro. He talks about it all the time. But what nobody can take away from Pauly, you know, has been, never was, however you think of him, he has the Thanksgiving holiday classic.
Yes.
And this movie, I mean, honestly, long after people have forgotten him, long after he's dead even, they will still be playing Son-in-Law on TBS. It is the Thanksgiving Christmas story.
I would kill to have his career. Funny fact about this film, real quick before we get into it. My wife was quoting Son-in-Law, and I'm like, how do you know this? Like, I watched Son-in-Law. I've seen it like a dozen times. She's like, oh, I've seen it like a million times. I'm like,
Everybody has.
I was so proud, dude. I mean, she's quoting stuff during the
But-
movie that I don't even know.
But
is coming up.
everybody has, because it is that movie, because there's not that much that's got dibs on the holiday. And you know, there's a couple of people that have done horror movies and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
he made a family horror movie at the peak of his career. This is the peak Pauly.
You mean family Thanksgiving movie?
Sorry, a family holiday movie. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
At the peak of his career,
Mhm.
and when he had Disney backing, and before everybody got sick of him, and this is his biggest movie, and it was, like I said, they still play it to this day. My grandmother loves this movie.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, everybody. It's not like when you say your wife is, I'm like, that doesn't surprise me. It's
Yeah.
literally the Christmas story for Thanksgiving.
Well, no, it's just the fact that she's probably seen it more than I have. Which
Oh,
is
I've seen
kinda,
it so many times. It's
yeah.
what other movies they play on Thanksgiving that you could think of for families?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
That's
It's like
it.
the
That's
number
it.
one. Yeah.
That's it. What else?
Yeah.
It's
I always
tough.
think it's Scary Movie too, just because of the whole turkey scene. Like,
Family movie though. No,
oh,
but
that's a family movie. Okay, yeah. I
but I'm
got
saying
you.
the family movie is what's going to be on all cable TV all the time, all day,
Yeah.
and they play this on CMT all day long.
Oh, really?
Now,
Okay.
yeah, they have started some years back. I think they started playing this on fucking CMT of all things. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, like 24 hours, kind of like a Christmas Story thing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, Pauly is locked in for that. So I would be very proud of this film. I think
Absolutely.
I love Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. I think this is a better movie.
You know what? I don't, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close.
I think this is the better movie. Rest in peace, John Hughes. I think I'm going to give the people that made this film their moment, because yes, for once, I feel like I could say Pauly Shore is better than a John Hughes movie.
Yeah, but that one made me tear up at the end. So this
yeah,
one
but
it made me feel something, man.
this is funnier.
It's
This is a
way funnier.
funnier movie.
Absolutely way
It's just a
funnier.
feel good, easy
And
watch.
it has Tiffany Thiessen, so I mean,
Nice. I like when
yes.
he's drunk. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I said crusty again. So crustable, so quotable. Happy Thanksgiving, and there's no wheezing of the Jews for tonight's commentary, buddy. Inbreeder. Oh, that was my comment. Sorry. There's so many quotes. It's gonna be hard to hold back. What's up, Gory Tiger? How you doing, my man? Blaine always rocking the VHS when he follows
There you
along with
go.
us in the commentary. That's the way to do it, man. I wish I had a VHS, but I don't.
It's good to see Blaine in here. I haven't seen him in here a few weeks.
Yeah, so what's the big idea, Blaine?
I'm happy to see Blaine.
Are you cheating on us, huh? Hey, did you? Yeah, I saw you commented on our hangout. We did a chat with YouTuber Cody Leach that went up today or yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah. And that's a great time. Everybody check that out and give that a like, give that a comment. And we want to do more collaborations. It's tons of fun, and it keeps us fresh.
And and if you're new in here, just shout us out. Don't be shy. Like, just talk, in the chat or mention something, and let us know you're in here, because everybody's welcome.
And if you are new here and you happen to have hopped on from the Cody Leach thing, don't be put off that we're doing Son-in-Law the first thing after it, because we typically do horror. We've
done horror like 95% this year, so it's like we need that.
It's Thanksgiving. Like we did Eli Roth Thanksgiving last year for Thanksgiving. I'm tapped on. What else are we gonna do? I mean, there's other shit to do, but like, I'm not gonna watch fucking Eli Roth again. Can't do that movie anymore. Dinner scenes for Thanksgiving, Texas Chainsaw 74, Talladega Nights. Well,
there you go.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they're just having dinner. So by that rule, every movie where they're having dinner is a Thanksgiving movie.
Well, I mean, look at the time period. It does look like it's, well, I guess it is Texas. It could be Thanksgiving.
You're stretching. Yeah, it could be. I guess there's a 1 in 365 chances that it's Thanksgiving.
That's true.
But anyway, let's see. Love the Link cameo. Oh yeah, Brendan Fraser has a cameo in it, and that's so funny because this is right off the heels of Encino Man.
Yeah.
And Pauly was big enough. It's like, okay, here was the Brendan Fraser trajectory. It was going up, and like Pauly was here, Brendan was going, and during this movie, I felt like they met on the same line to where Brendan could do a cameo. He wasn't too big. Pauly wasn't too small. Obviously, Brendan kept going up here. He peaked after this film, and Pauly went down, unfortunately. But let's see. Blaino's Canadian, so it doesn't matter. That's right, man.
So he's already had his Thanksgiving. Wasn't that like a month ago or a couple weeks ago? I think.
I know Canada had Thanksgiving.
I think they have some sort of Thanksgiving. Yeah.
What do the Pilgrims do for you? I don't know. I didn't know they had Thanksgiving. Okay, racing the original Under Wraps isn't on Disney Plus. Disney Plus blows me away, dude. Like, I mean, there's a couple of things I've tried to for the longest time, Angels in the Outfield wasn't on there. And I think they finally added that within the last year.
We're always watching. Yeah.
And it's a case of bandwidth. Like, they don't want to pay for so many their own movies. They don't have to pay licensing.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. With Toothless and Geppetto on here with the original commercials as an added bonus. Nice. Wait a second. Oh, so you have this like, okay, I got what you're saying. Pickled beets are excellent. Never had any. This is up there with Praying Trains, and I think it's better than, I said it like a Japanese guy. Trains, and automobiles. I think Planes, Trains is great. I just think that's kind of predictable. I feel like
I have more of a history with family with Planes, Trains, but
Universal Classic, the American Gothic cover art, the Fish Out of Water story. It's pure classic. It's definitely formula. Like it follows the Fish Out of Water formula.
Yeah.
And you know where it's going and all that stuff, but it's just comfort food. But that's what makes it a good family movie. You could even argue Planes, Trains even kind of created a bit of an archetype and a formula, but I don't think anybody was really doing it before Planes, Trains. West in Peace, what's up? Evening all. How you doing, brother? That's Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Hope everyone's got an awesome weekend ahead. I'm just happy to have a little time off. Personally, Link is in the Army now. Is he? Bro, I have to admit, as soon as basically they get deployed, the movie goes downhill, and I
It
can never.
does.
I just
Yeah.
I haven't finished that movie in years, so I don't remember where Link shows up. But Ishmael, your next has a good dinner scene atmosphere to it. But again, is it Thanksgiving? I had dinner last night. Was that Thanksgiving? No, it wasn't Thanksgiving. What's up, Forest Hills movie? This is Scott Goldberg. Happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. My favorite Pauly Shore guilty pleasure is Biodome.
There you
So
go.
90s. Yeah, Biodome is I used to hate the movie.
I enjoy it now.
And I still hate the movie. So I'm
I
kidding.
enjoy it.
No, I think I like it a little better than I used to because I've had to watch it a couple of times in the last few years. I appreciate how absurd it is, kind of like in a way that I appreciate Freddy Got Fingered.
Mhm.
Like I really have to just turn off my brain and let myself float to their level and just really kind of to get the humor of it. It's so just ridiculous. And
I remember seeing that in theater, Biodome. Me and my brother went to go see that, and we really enjoyed it ourselves.
the amount of 90s comic books I used to have in my collection with Biodome ads in it, though, that's the most nostalgic thing about that movie.
Yeah, I could see that.
But anyway, let's go ahead and start the flick.
Sure.
Like I said, we're watching on Fandango. I don't know if Todd found out if it was on Disney or not.
It's not on Disney. No.
Which they're suckers for that. At least bring it on there for the holiday. You know what I mean? Like it would get so much traction. But we're gonna go and get it going. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, play. Thank God I'm a country boy.
That's right. I love John Denver, man. I was on a huge John Denver kick probably about 10 years ago where I was going through his entire catalog. And yeah, man, I just love his shit.
So we've done a commentary for this movie, but it's been years at this point, and it's all audio. It's before we went to video format, so it was due for a facelift. But that one's great too because it's got me and Zach on it, so it's a different dynamic.
So this opening shot, it just reminds me of where I live now. I mean, technically they're from South Dakota, but it's in the same area where I'm at. So you drive through these towns, they all look the same. They all look like this, which is really, it works for me. So, I mean, I enjoy it. And then going from here to California just makes it that much better.
So yeah, Becca's graduating high school, and like Todd was saying, she's a farm girl, you know, and look, she got the dude. I don't know. Out of all the douchebag boyfriends in movies, he's a pretty good one.
He's not bad, man.
He's pretty good. And she wants to go off and spread her wings. She's going to be really nervous because she's also a fish out of water. She's going to Los Angeles to go to college. And of course, her parents being from where they're at, they're probably Bible Belt, red, vote red, those types of people, the types of people who have always hated California because it's so liberal and they're crazy and all that stuff.
Which is true because I live in the Midwest and that's the majority of it. I mean,
that dude there, the old man grandpa, that is it's Patrick Renna. Obviously, that's the great Hambino, but no, the grandpa, he is the Smucker's jelly guy. With a name like Smucker's, it's got to be good. And he also I'm probably gonna get copyright struck for doing the Schmucker's fucking thing so perfectly. But anyway,
sure.
he's also the guy that got his teeth pulled out by Derek Bond in House Guest.
Oh yeah.
Speed Golf too. Tough break, Chip. So he was a bit of a Disney player in the 90s too.
What does Pauly Shore call him? He calls him like Evan and Williams, or he calls him some sort of liquor. He's like, yeah, that reminds me of back in college or whatever. It's like, you look like Evan Williams, or I don't know what the hell the brand of the alcohol was because it has him on the cover of the alcohol bottle. Yes, I don't know.
We'll have to find out. Carla is gorgeous still. The actress who plays Becca. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she's in a lot of stuff. She's in Gerald's Game. She's in a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely.
She's still around, and she's aging so gracefully, dude. She's probably 50, if not 50s, but she's a beautiful woman. Her mom is hot too. I mean, yeah, she gave Crawl a semi.
Oh, yeah.
I love that scene, dude. I do that to my wife all the time. I go behind her, squeeze. Oh, I'm so sorry. Like,
so romantic.
Squeeze. They don't really acknowledge Touchstone or Hollywood Studios as much as I thought. Yeah, well, Disney should just completely own the property like they did with Nightmare Before Christmas, because Nightmare Before Christmas was Touchstone as well, but he got so cult-like status popular to where they just rebranded him Disney. Like, you know what? Forget all that dark stuff, that trepidation we had about which label to put him under back in the day. He's great. Sally's a Disney princess now. And they literally have Disney all over like the copies now. And so, which I hate. It taints a little bit for me.
And of course you have one of the greatest, Lane Smith, which he's phenomenal in this.
You're not even a has-been. You're never was.
Never was. Yeah, Gordon.
Like, I wish they'd take that one down.
Yeah.
Don't you? I love his voice, dude. It's
he's so great, man.
And you totally buy him as a Midwest guy.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah,
like I can't imagine him living in LA and going to auditions and shit. It's just like I just don't buy it. The dude who plays Jesse's dad in Mighty Ducks, this is what I gave up overtime pay for to watch my boy taking falls.
Yeah,
he lives in Omaha.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he's an actor there. Yeah, he's from Omaha and he still lives there. I don't think he ever really left. I saw people in the area taking pictures of him at Hy-Vee, dude.
Oh, really?
That's funny, I think he actually recently passed though.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, Lane Smith is awesome, dude. And I just, a lot of these guys were I know back in the day, it was like a legit, like, hey, you were a studio player. You work for this company. You work exclusively for this company. It still kind of goes on. At least it was still going on a lot in the 90s because Lane Smith was he showed up in Disney movies. And Pauly Shore, like I said, he was locked in. Maybe Pauly Shore could have done other stuff. I don't know, but he's expressed, like I watched him on Rogan. He was saying he signed he had a 3-picture contract. And he said he was supposed to do, I can't remember what movie it was, but it was a movie that went on to be a hit, but he owed Disney one more movie. And he did In the Army Now.
Oh, okay.
And he blames that. He's like, well, it's a mix of oversaturation. They were pushing me too hard. And it's like I felt a little blocked in with the Weasel character, but
he just needed to cash in. I don't understand why he's tripping on a lot of this stuff, dude. I'd be so happy with his career. It was me.
Lano, if you guys ever seen the Alexander Payne film Nebraska, it's actually quite an interesting little film. I haven't seen it, but Alexander Payne, he shot about Schmidt. He shot because that's an Alexander Payne film. He made that in where Todd's from and I'm from in Nebraska. So yeah, I mean, I actually don't know. I just assumed, does he have ties to Nebraska? Like, because
he's from here, Nebraska, and he shot the about Schmidt at the grocery store that I was working at. So I got everybody was asking, like, when I was working, have you seen Jack? How's Jack doing? I'm like, I remember, I don't know. I don't talk to him. He sits in his trailer for 2 weeks or whatever. So
how many times do you think he beat off board in that trailer?
That's a good question.
You know what I mean? Like, he probably wasn't leaving. Like, what is there to do? But
I saw him from afar, though. I did see Jack from afar.
I saw him, like, the local news was covering it extensively. Like, here's Jack enjoying an ice cream blizzard at Dairy Queen.
Yep.
And it was like the Dairy Queen and like where we're from and like Millard area. It's like, what the hell? It's like, let the man eat ice cream.
Yeah.
Goodness sakes, guys, come on. It's starring Bruce Dern. Bruce Dern is one of the great American actors. Oh, I love Bruce Dern, man. Yeah. You know what? Why have they always tried to push his daughter as like a piece, Laura Dern? I think it's just because her dad's Bruce Dern, but I never found Laura Dern attractive. That's Jurassic Park. That's Ellie from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
She's a bit of a giraffe, not the shame. And David,
she's a Helen Hunt actress, where it's just like doesn't really do it for me.
Yeah. I don't know what that was from, dude. Maybe was that like a Family Guy joke? I know there was a joke somewhere where somebody's like, I want it hot, but not too hot. Oh, the Helen Hunt. So like doing like it was like a jab at her, but there's nothing wrong with that. But she's obviously a David Lynch player, but I just never found her to be like super, super attractive.
No, I mean, she's a solid actress. I'll give her that. I mean, I enjoy some of her films, but.
So here they are. I love this dude when they get to her dorm. And dude, the fact that Zach is playing with his sister's underwear is so weird.
Patrick.
Oh, no, that wasn't his sister. That was her roommates. Because her roommate's not in there. Look.
You need to wear some of these. Yeah.
It's just really weird, dude. Remember, okay, we have a friend, that starts with T. We used to hang out at his house all the time after high school. And I remember one time he would bring up the laundry And I remember one time, oh, he was like folding clothes in the living room, and I'm like, you're folding your sister's underwear? That's fucking weird. His mom's
Yeah,
underwear.
that's
Yeah, I get it. It's clean. He's like, what? It's clean. And he literally goes, he sniffs it,
yeah,
like,
dude. That was yeah.
and I'm like, I get it. It's
That's
clean,
disgusting,
but
dude.
if she was on her period, there's probably residue. Did you do did you pre-treat?
Yeah, that's disgusting, man. I don't care whose underwear it was. I don't care if it's your
I'm
underwear,
not
dude. I
sniffing
wouldn't do
clean
that.
underwear. I
No,
don't not
no.
any underwear. I remember, we grew up really poor. We got a lot of our clothes secondhand. We a lot of Goodwill shopping in this house. In fact, Goodwill we were priced out of. We had to go to
Mm.
like lower
Salvation
tiers.
Army.
Oh, even lower, like
Oh,
local. And I remember my mom was all on a big trip of bringing home and thrifting
yeah.
and whatever. It's my brother, he had like jeans with other kids' names written in them. That's one thing. My dad used to rag on him so bad because he's like, "Hey, you got Nick B's pants." Like he had Nick B. He had a lot of clothes from Nick B because they were a similar size and they all got
Oh,
donated. And
that's
and I
hysterical,
almost
dude.
like Nick B. That's a son I wish I had. That's a son I'd be proud of, type of thing.
Yeah.
And anyway, my mom one day she brought home my dad whitey tidies from the thrift store, and he's like, "That's where I fucking draw the line." He's like, I'm not wearing the fucking thrift store whitey tidies.
Oh, were they white?
Oh, they're probably gray, dude.
Yeah,
you know,
and a few chocolate stains in them.
So Lane Smith is meeting Crawl for the first time. He's the RA, the resident advisor, and he's so fun. He's like, I love. He's like, I like, he's gonna help him pop his daughter's trunk. He's
Yeah,
looking for the
yeah.
RA to get like a screwdriver or something to help her pop the trunk, and he's gonna help. And yeah, he's obviously having a lot of reservations now when he sees the authority, the responsible person here with his daughter. We're getting out of here, I love when he sees him later. He's like, "Remember me? I helped your daughter pop. I popped your daughter's trunk."
Well,
I love that
yeah, this part, and then of course the kiss scene with the
right
two
here.
lesbians.
Dad,
Yeah,
give me the camera.
yeah,
Give
yeah.
me the
Well, what was his shirt say, dude? His shirt it says "seduce me" or something like
yeah,
that.
seduce me.
It's a great shirt.
He's a minor, dude. It's so funny, and I love this. Like, why? And you, I'll see later. But what I don't understand is, I guess it's supposed to
It's kind of
portray
a long kiss, though. I mean,
that.
come on,
Well, look, that's
really?
what I was
That's
saying.
like
Like, it's not the fact that they're lesbian. A straight couple you've never met before wouldn't do this in front of strangers
no.
and make out for 15
A
seconds.
quick peck, fine. I mean,
And
that's acceptable.
even if you know them, if I saw Todd make out with his wife for 15 seconds in front,
I wouldn't do
that's
that.
weird.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's a peck. But I think they're just trying to convey that, hey, this is how liberal they are. This is how
yeah,
out with that stuff they are.
yeah.
And I guarantee you, my boy Zach there, he probably beat off to that for the next 10 years.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
He's probably, dude, Patrick Renna is probably still beating off to that today.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I was on set and I got to watch these chicks make out.
Dude, we should have reached out to him, man. I'd love to talk to him sometime.
Pauly Shore did he has a podcast and he did like a special episode dedicated to Son-in-Law, and he had Patrick Renna on, and there was like basically him talking about the movie. I would love to have Patrick Renna on, and Patrick Renna looks like Patrick Renna still.
Oh,
He's just
yeah.
like, he's a slightly taller version of the same guy, dude. It's so funny. He didn't lose any baby fat. That was not baby fat.
Yeah, and we really didn't get into it, but this film is directed by Steve Rash, who also did some phenomenal films, such as Eddie. Remember Eddie with
Whoopi Goldberg.
He also did the Buddy Holly story.
Oh, with Busey,
My favorite actor, Gary Busey. Yeah.
What a bad Buddy Holly though.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, his teeth are way too big for Buddy Holly.
He also did Can't Buy Me Love with your homeboy Patrick Dempsey.
So he peaked here, is what you're saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, or Eddie. I mean,
Blano's worn dead people's clothes. I mean, you haven't lived. I love, dude. Look at that. Look at that robe, dude. What a baller.
So I didn't ask you this, but I am curious. Okay, Rebecca Warner, brunette or blonde?
Brunette.
Me too.
She's a much better brunette.
Me too.
She doesn't look nearly as good as a blonde, actually, and she doesn't look nearly as good with the short hair. I think she looks good as like kind of the conservative library girl type.
I totally get it, but I mean, you know what she's going for, the 90s. I could totally see the look that she was giving. It's
like a prostitute. like super. She
Yeah,
has like these
yeah,
thigh highs, colorful thigh highs
yeah.
going on stockings, and yeah, the bright.
Edgy girl, yeah.
But yeah,
Did you know
she's
Adam Goldberg's in this too? I think he pops up here in a second, or is it at
oh
the party?
yeah, like a brief cameo.
Yeah.
Let's see. Patrick Renna has been doing the podcast circuit. Seems like a cool dude. What the fuck was I thinking? I was wasting my opportunities reaching out to Pauly. I reached out too soon, by the way, because I let time get away from me. I kept meaning to, and I literally like reached out to him 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. Like, oh God, can he come on before it's too late? Because obviously it doesn't make sense to come on and talk about this movie if
Mm-hmm.
Thanksgiving's passed. And basically his representation was traveling. Sorry, I'm currently traveling. I'll be back on this date.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like it was just I was losing the window. And if it's an emergency, you could text me. I thought about it like, well, it is an emergency. We're gonna miss our Thanksgiving window. We want to talk to Pauly about
Yes.
Thanksgiving. I almost texted him, can we get him on?
It's an emergency. Come on.
I'll get right on it. Yeah.
Yeah, but now I'd love to talk to Patrick Renna.
Well, it sucks because we missed the opportunity. We have to remember that for next year. I feel like next because we'll do son-in-law again. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't have to get him on for commentary. I just want to talk to him about the movie.
Sure.
And I'll do it in advance, a good month plus in advance. I'll try and get Pauly, and then I'll try and get Patrick Renna, and I'll see who bites. Now I'm trying to catch Pauly before he's too big for us, and somebody gives him his Quentin Tarantino Renaissance comeback.
I'll just Brendan Fraser cameo. The frog.
Yeah, he eats the frog. Yeah.
So this film was actually reportedly shot for about $8 million, and it grossed about 36 million in
Not
the U.S.
enough.
and Canada.
I mean, that's a hit, but not enough.
Yeah.
It's like 4.5 times its budget. That's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if yeah, there he is. Adam Goldberg is the Indian appropriation dude.
So the original draft script.
The Gacy, you see the John Wayne Gacy back there?
I didn't see him.
He was in the hallway. It's so fast you miss it, dude. He was gone.
The original draft script of this film was they gave the name Pauly Shore's name. Of course, he's called Crawl, but his original name was called Snake, and they changed it to Crawl.
It's like mildew.
Yes.
Full House, dude. Viper.
Yeah. Rescue.
I always hated that asshole that just like crushed her fucking her horse, sat on her desk and just crushed her shit. So it's obviously a Halloween party, and she's having trouble adjusting. So she's probably been there for a month or so or more, because if it's around Halloween time, and she still hasn't adapted. So she's about ready to throw in the towel. She's like, I'm going home. I'm going to call I miss my boyfriend. I miss all stuff. Crawl intervenes because he is just a real role model. He's like, and he invites her to a room, and he's going to like level with her.
Which I do like the fact in this movie where they really don't have like a really sexual chemistry. They're mostly friends, you know.
That's why it is kind of not viable that they get together.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I guess it technically it's not. We're just kind of like to assume the fairy tale ending is like, oh, actually, we want to postpone it. It's a great idea. It's a damn good idea. So I think I guess it could be up into interpretation. Like maybe he's just bailing her out, and they'll break up later.
Yeah,
you know, just to save Thanksgiving, save face for the holiday. You know what I mean? But I feel like the intention is that they really get together, but there literally is no sexual chemistry, and there hasn't been for them. But the reason why they do quote unquote get together, and that is the intention, is they do show that she's jealous when she thinks she shacked up with Tiffany Thiessen. Why are we respecting her by her grown-up actor name? It's Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Yeah, and there's definitely some sort of connection there, but I mean, like you were saying, it can go either way. Maybe they're just really good friends, and she cares about him, that sort of thing.
But I think what they're going for is they got together. That's like the happy ending everybody wants. And like I said, they both kind of show a little bit of jealousy towards the end. But it's funny because it's just at the end. Like I don't. But who knows, man? Like maybe Crawl liked her the whole time, and that's why he did it. She invited him though, because then she accuses him of using him.
Yeah, I like the fact that, like you were saying, it leaves it kind of open to interpretation, and you don't have to see some sort of like love connection at the very end. It's just like sometimes you can just be friends.
He just touched her tit, dude.
Yeah,
she didn't have a problem with it. No, like I said, I think I could tell you the ending. I'm pretty sure Disney wants us to take, and it's that they got together. But yeah,
Yeah, sure.
I guess technically it could be open to interpretation. But yeah, but they are also opposites attract. They
Yeah,
could
that's
be
true.
totally perfect, like totally yin and yang,
Hmm.
because she clearly found an awakening with him. Like he's taking her out to totally give her a makeover. You know, they're gonna go get
No,
tattoos. They're gonna get.
and I'm sure that ended up happening. Just the way he interacts with the parents. So, he got the mom to bone the dad again, that sort of thing. So he did so many good things for her family. I'm sure she gave
I
she
love
gave
it.
him all
Like, so Walter, don't leave me hanging, bro. Did you get her? I like what he said to Walter.
yeah.
I love that.
Uh,
And she's looking good in that mini dress. But this is where they should have just kept the hair. Like, oh, don't cut off the
don't
hair.
do it. No.
Paulie's not going to be able to pull on that hair, dude. You know what I'm saying? Dude, there's nothing macho about Pauly Shore, but I love him. Like, I don't buy him and Carla together at
No.
all. And her
She
hair is not even blonde. It looks like
she
it's like,
looks completely different, dude,
yeah.
which is crazy to me.
Rollerblading was the rage in the 90s, man.
Oh, I used to rollerblade all the time, man.
And
All the
and
time.
and obviously I was never, when it was all the rage, I was at an age where you just kind of did it around the neighborhood on the sidewalks and stuff like that. We weren't old enough to, we weren't like living in Venice Beach, dude, like just casually going places and rollerblading at the mall and stuff. We got the Flea cameo here. Obviously, he's like you pick it, I stick it.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know, it's permanent. I like how he's being the responsible adult here. He's actually being the good role model.
Fleece calling him a beta male or something, which is funny in this part.
I like when he says, like basically, how much does it hurt? He's like, yeah, right there. He's like, it hurts less than getting kicked in the face with a golf shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I buy with that. I buy that they're soulmates.
Mhm.
I'm gonna buy in with a happy ending because I want to see Crawl with Becca together. Because if Crawl doesn't get with Becca, I'm unfortunately seeing him plowing dudes because he's a little bit.
Well, and like he's so in with the dad. It's like at that point, it's like you're
Oh,
stuck.
but I love it, man. He loves everything. He's like, I fell in love with your family,
Mhm.
and he loves the way of life. And I like to imagine they also lived in the Midwest. I don't think they went to California because Crawl didn't really have anything in California.
Yeah.
You know,
His
I mean, I
family
know,
lived in Vegas or
yeah, he didn't really
Montana.
have anything there. He never left college. He was been in college for I don't know how many years, and he was the RA. That was just kind of his life. I don't think he had anything else to go to, so he never left. And you have this Fabio looking dude.
Oh god.
That's the kind of girl I'm gonna marry, Rebecca. I mean, he's totally friend zoned right now, but I
Mhm.
think I don't know. Do you think he's kind of got feelings for her, or if they're just totally cool being friends?
Well, he had feelings for any woman because in the very beginning he was like following women around with the cameras, dude, and he was trying to,
Yeah,
yeah.
touch me,
So
touch me.
pretty much anything that would talk to him.
Flea fly. Oh, I love this dude. I've always wanted to do mud wrestling. I'll do it, dude. I'd love to be like Crawl, dude, and get nominated to go mud wrestle. It's so funny when he's got to mud wrestle this big heifer, dude, that comes out,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he's just eating it up. He's like laughing, huh, in the mud.
She's like straddling him. Yeah.
It's so funny. When I was in Japan over the spring, I really wanted to do sumo wrestling because they had like this thing you can go to. You can watch sumo wrestling while you eat, and it's pretty expensive. And if you buy like the premium package, you can wrestle the sumo. You can get a big fat suit. I
Mhm.
wanted to get fucking knocked around. I wanted him to throw me around like his little fucking Japanese ragdoll, dude. All for a joke, man. I'm all for it. I've always wanted to go see midget wrestling. I know that's not a PC term, but what else are you supposed to call it?
I think it's
But
still called that.
they had it. They midget wrestling came to town like within the last handful of months, and I'm like, man, I don't know how I try and talk to the wife into this, but I really would like to go. I almost asked a buddy, like, hey, you want to go see midget wrestling with me? That was like shit, dude. I know I mean, I don't know. I guess it's mud, but it just looks like
It
dog
looks
food. It's
like
like,
ground up hamburger meat or
yeah,
something.
ground
Yeah.
up hamburger meat, you know.
So this was the of course it was shot
I
in
bet you that is something like that. That doesn't look like mud. They're probably using something else with it.
shot at Northridge, California State University, Northridge. And then the farm living was actually shot in
North Carolina?
Visalia, California.
Oh,
So
okay.
probably, of course, Northern
That's a
California.
bummer, man. I'd rather like just
Yeah.
live in ignorance bliss. Like I
Yeah.
I mean, like I know Halloween filmed in California, Nightmare on Elm Street filmed in California. Yeah, none of that's in the Midwest, but this is like a quintessential Midwest movie. I want
Oh,
it to
yeah.
be somewhere that's not California.
They did a pretty good job of the whole sets and everything. It looked pretty realistic.
Now she's all tight with her roommate, the lesbian. I wonder if she ever experimented. Is that supposed to be her? Like, there's obviously a contrast. Now she's coming to the phone. She doesn't even know it's her boyfriend. Hi, like it's Travis, your boyfriend, and she's drinking Diet Coke. Is that supposed to be like a conservative, like a
It's
liberal thing? Like,
no, it's the hip thing. And then he's like, "I love you," and she's like, "Yeah, you too." She hangs up.
yeah, I love it, dude. Yeah, because just like Crawl had nothing else, and he knew nothing else, and he was sort of trapped by all he knew. That's why I like to think they went home. She also knew nothing else, and yeah, she didn't. It's dude. Whenever you have like a high school sweetheart, there's a reason why 99% of the time they don't last. The second one of them goes to college, dude, it's a Corey and Topanga thing.
It happened to me. I mean, it happens to everybody, dude.
It happens to
Yeah.
almost everybody.
Yeah.
And but yeah, but Travis shouldn't care, dude. He's like he's plowing Tiffany Amber Thiessen while she's away.
Oh yeah, and she never found out about that either. So, which is probably a good thing because
because you're right,
might have gotten jealous.
because they ended on a good note because her and Tiffany Thiessen, like, you want to join us for supper? All right. She does that whole thing. I'm like, yeah, but what happens if she finds out she was clearly, knowingly fucking her boyfriend while she's in college? She knew that they were together.
I think she gave up on the boyfriend pretty quick. After she got the haircut, she was like, "Okay, I'm done with this." And then, so she basically takes Crawl back to South Dakota, and why did she take him back? Like, just to make her parents pissed off? Is that what Crawl says?
No, because that's what they say later. Because after Travis proposes to her, and she's like, that thing. The whole thing is she knew she was afraid to face Travis because she knew Travis wanted this life and he was going to propose, and she wanted something to deflect that. She wanted to come home a Crawl and sort of put together this whole thing. And so yeah, I mean, and he felt used and she kind of did use him because she didn't tell him this before.
Yeah.
She just invited him to Thanksgiving because he was going to be all alone, and Steven Tyler PJ's eating the Pilgrim Hungry Man platter all alone. So it seems genuine enough that, hey, why don't you come out? That seems genuine, but her ulterior motive was, I'm going to use him for first of all, Pauly Shore. I always thought he looked like a lot like the Forrest Gump.
Oh yeah, it does, dude.
He looks just like, what's your name, man?
Yeah. Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Be a fucking damn. He's dressed just like him, dude.
He is.
And so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know how Crawl put that together personally. Like, you knew he was gonna like, I don't know. But that's the whole gist of it. But I love it, dude. This is the best fish out of water. Fucking Rush Hour Who, which, by the way, I read that they're doing Rush Hour 4 now. The news was that Big Daddy T was like, oh, all his like cinema file shit's been coming out. He's like, I'm pressuring Paramount to make Rush Hour 4. And
was that real? I saw it.
I think they were. I think they were real. Yeah. I don't know if it was like from the president.
I saw that he really liked Bloodsport too.
Yeah. Like there's like real shit. Yeah. From over the years. Anyway, obviously he didn't will it into existence. They probably already had Rush Hour 4 in the making, but the timing was right. Like, well, we are making it. Like, oh, and he got switched. So look, at least we could say that's what I voted for. Give me Rush Hour 4. Give me some Van Damme movies. Actually,
who cares about the other stuff? Just give me Bloodsport 2.
Yeah, I mean, Metallica. Make Metallica play the Super Bowl. Just do it. Come on.
That would be amazing. Absolutely.
Well, they keep losing out to Bad Bunnies and whatnot, but
well, I mean, there's some people that like Bad Bunny. Well, the women love Bad Bunny, supposedly. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
Is your wife a big Bad Bunny fan?
Well, my wife is the target demo.
Yeah.
But she's over it. She was into him for like really hardcore for like a year. She hasn't listened to Bad Bunny. Pretty much when I took her to his concert, I haven't heard or listened to him since. It's
Isn't
like
that crazy?
Yeah, man. Well, I've already said this story, but like, I kind of have regrets because I wanted to go see Martin Knopfler real bad because I'm a huge Martin Knopfler fan. Like, he's one of my goats.
Mm.
He's if you're pointing a gun in my head, who's my top 3 guitar players? He's in the 3. And I wanted to go see him, and he was playing the same night as another reggaeton artist that she liked, J Balvin, who's also popular. Not Bad Bunny popular, but he's popular. And he was playing the basketball arena. Martin Knopfler was playing like the theater. They're literally like a block from each other.
Mm.
And I decided to not be selfish. Like, okay, I'm going to take you to J Balvin, whatever. I'll do a selfless act. And then little did I know, Martin Knopfler quietly said that was his last tour. He didn't announce it as a farewell. After that run of dates, like, yeah, I'm done. That's it. Like, oh, and I admit that was my opportunity. And she never listened to J Balvin again, and she was into him for like a month. So I gave up one of my white whales to go see her Flavor of the Week, dude. That was in it. She was so over it. Like, that shit's weak. Last week. I'm like, oh, it's a painful feeling.
Kind of like Machine Gun Kelly, how everybody was obsessed with him, and now he's like, that dude's fucking cornier than hell.
Blaine, dude. Travis's pinky is perpetually stinky, dude.
Yes.
I love Pops, dude. Whittling wood.
Pops is funny. Yeah.
I always wanted to just like whittle wood on the porch.
You never whittled wood before, dude?
No, I've never whittled wood.
I think I did it back in I was in Boy Scouts for a couple of years, or Cub Scouts, and I was a whittler.
I'm afraid I get splinters, dude. I don't get splinters. Those are the worst, dude. I'll whittle soap, dude.
That'd be cool. Or ice. Ice would be nice.
Nah, it's too cold. Can't be having any of that.
Greenland is not green. Iceland is what? What does he say?
He's like, wait a second. I thought Greenland was green. No, ice is like Greenland is covered with ice, and Iceland is very nice. While she licks the ice cream.
Eating ice cream with the enemy.
By the way, that is kind of a shit move on Gordon Bombay. It's like there's a conflict of interest there. Yeah. I get it. I don't know what her role on the team was, but he didn't think for a second she was trying to get intel for the Wolf, like whether it's play, strategy.
Oh, the Wolf was definitely, man.
I mean, like, but it's Bombay's fault. He literally, pun intended, let a wolf in the hen house. Why did he was thinking with his little dick, his little Bombay dick.
Well, I mean, for a Pee-wee hockey team, you think the Wolf would go to those measures to actually get the intel?
This is the Olympic. This is the Goodwill Games.
Oh, the Goodwill Games. Yeah, you're right.
So that possibly could be a good career move for you, I guess. But he was in the NHL, and his career ended because of assaults and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So I would imagine it's still a good career move, but I don't even know. I don't know what the fucking Junior Goodwill Games are, dude. They just made it seem like a big deal in the movie. No, Team USA Hockey. You guys are just great.
I'm still waiting for the Air Bombay loafers for the kids who want to coach. I do. I want to coach. I want those loafers.
Oh yeah, dude. I think, I mean, I don't care about sports, but I would be a coach. I don't care about playing sports.
Well, at your age, no, you're not playing sports. I can't play sports anymore.
So. No, but I just never would want to anyway. I'd rather be the guy that's just like, you do the fucking shit. You run back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Coaches are not usually in shape, dude. Sometimes they're fat.
I was a football coach this past year, and it's not easy. Let me just say that.
I would make it easy. Everybody gets a trophy. Good job, team. Just do the thing.
You're pretty much having to deal with the parents and the kids that they think is Michael Jordan, and they need all the playing time. So that's what's hard about it.
And I would tell every one of them, like, look, your kid's not special.
He sucks. Yeah.
You know what? He sucks a little bit more than this kid sucks, and they all suck. But he's kind of at the bottom of the sucky pole. Mm-hmm. So whatever. I wouldn't care. I'd just be like, look, everybody's gonna play the same. I don't give a fuck.
Now the good thing about this movie is it definitely has the 90s feel to it. It's an MTV type of movie. It feels like MTV, with the whole vibe, the clothing, the MTV meets, Green Acres is what it is.
And there's just a way that films of this particular era, not even just the 90s, this particular era in the 90s, that they look, just, you could say this about any decade, there's a certain way the coloring is. There's a certain way the cinematography is. Like this movie gels really well with Black Sheep, Tommy Boy. It's just those comedies, and even like Wayne's World, they all have like a consistent. You know what I'm saying? Like people weren't taking super stylistic choices in the color grading. You know,
Absolutely.
you didn't have David Fincher yet, where he's like, I'm going to apply the green everywhere. I'm going to do this. It's like it was all playing it pretty safe. I love this dude. First of all, he missed the part where he had the sandwich hanging out of his mouth like Sid Haig, and he's going, I wouldn't fall asleep if I were you. Mom, just kidding. No, but I love it. We're supposed to buy that he's some like 90s computer dork hacker. And I love in these 90s movies, and they start spewing all this fucking jargon that makes no sense. Like you got to boot into your PRAM and you got to do this round. It's just like gobbledygook. And usually when you write a script, sometimes they'll consult professionals to help make the lingo legitimate. And you could tell they didn't do that here. And like just random fucking graphics,
which is great. I mean, it captures the time period.
It's like a Mookie and Pookie episode.
Yeah,
like where it's like, oh, this is the technology. Just like,
well, it's better than that.
Oh, Blano. Yeah, I just rewatched Airheads, underrated
God.
comedy.
Love
And Airheads fits in too with that whole same kind of vibe and how films looked. And I love Airheads, man. And why does that not have a Kino release?
Yes.
Get
it on any sort of format because it's only on DVD. The Blu-ray's way out of print, I think. So they need a release of that.
But it's a total key. I mean, it just fits. It's like they've done every other Lorne Michaels type movie. You know, it's just put it on. Kino 4K.
Which the 90s was the decade for comedies. I mean, that's one good thing about the 90s when it comes to film. I mean, the horror genre kind of sucked, but the comedies were top notch.
And depending on who you ask, I mean, some people worship horror in the 90s, you know. It just depends. Like I said, we were talking to Cody Leach, and he definitely is. I mean, that's our generation. But yet, like, we have an affinity for 70s and 80s and all that stuff. But Cody Leach, he's a few years younger than us, like 4 to 5 years younger than us. And so he was prime, and you could tell he really likes all that stuff. He likes the Millennium Horror. And probably, you know, the whole I Know What You Did Last Summers, the Screams, and all that stuff. I was into Scream back then, but I'm not even being a poser. I did not like all those horror movies. I just wasn't into it. I'd probably have more of an open mind now because now it feels nostalgia. Because like, well, this is technically when I grew up. So it's like now I kind of want to watch it, but I wasn't lost on me that all these fucking movies were just ripping off Scream, and it's just like, oh God, we got Urban Legend and Valentine and all these movies. And I'm like, oh God,
I didn't think they were great back in the day. I don't think they're great now, but I mean, they're solid, you know, they're fine. But there's a few in there sprinkled in there that are great films. But other than that, it's like we were just saying, comedies where it was in the 90s, where I would always go to that. I mean, but when I go to the theaters, I mean, of course, I probably couldn't get into rated R movies too.
It's funny how Scream really changed stuff.
Yeah,
in 1996, because Inbreeders, I love that. Scream changed the game because literally Scream comes out in 1996. Think about the movies in the horror genre we had before 1996. New Nightmare, which is still very 90s, but it's not like what came after. And Hellraiser 3, the Leprechaun movies. Leprechaun was in theaters. It's like these are all within a couple years of Scream coming out. And just Scream comes out and it's like, nope, everything's going to change. Tonally, it's different. Everything. It's the new template. But rewatched, let's see, I have it on DVD, cherish it. I wish I had it on DVD because I would sell it. Because it's got to come out. It's got to be coming out soon, dude. You know,
I mean, they're coming out with everything else. I mean, it's crazy the amount of releases that are coming out right now.
Is it streaming on Paramount? Because it would be a Paramount thing.
I didn't see it on Paramount.
Maybe it's not.
I looked it up, and then I was finally just like, I'll pick it up. And $5. I mean, can't go wrong.
Well, I'm talking about Airheads.
Oh, Airheads. Oh no, I don't know. I'll have to look that up.
And how much does Airheads cost to buy digitally? If you can,
I don't know. I don't know, but I might be able to help you out with that.
The 90s is our 70s for film, maybe for comedy, you know, like, but 70s wasn't really it for comedy.
70s wasn't, no.
So do you think oh, never mind. This is where they've met Crawl, but this is where they make the announcement because Travis is gonna make. Look, I love this. I crack up every time I see his damn get up, dude. He looks like somebody's fucking plaything gimp boy toy.
He
He
does.
looks terrible, man.
Yeah.
But it's great because this is exactly what it would be like if you guys are from farm country.
Mhm.
And if this is, dude, if somebody's daughter really came home with this guy, he's dressing like
Oh
this,
God.
everybody is gonna be whispering and staring like, what in the world? And he's flaunting it, dude, just like in the middle, like, oh.
Yeah, even to this day.
Yeah, it's a little bit more open now just because churches are a little bit more accepting now about what people wear and
Yeah.
hairstyles and stuff like
The
that.
smaller towns in the Midwest are still pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a little bit more open. But when I was a kid, churches were still like you dress up and whatever. But now my grandparents, the same grandparents, they go to church and their church is more liberal. Like people
Well,
have
I mean, I go to
mohawks and
church with my wife occasionally. You wear hats to church now, which is crazy. You wear
yeah,
whatever you want. I could wear this Burial Ground shirt if I wanted to.
holy homoerotic. I have a question. So how do you feel about is it weird when you say you go to church every now and again? That's the thing about me is like we've talked about like finding a church, but like I'm a little hesitant because if I go to church, I want to make sure I can keep it up. I don't want to be this guy that I would think it would feel weird going to church like only on the special days.
No, I don't do that. I mean, I usually try to go a couple times a month. But she tries to take the kids every week. To
Okay. So you
that's what.
but you don't go every week.
No, because I got other stuff going on with work and stuff like that. But
Okay.
um,
I would just think that's weird. I still feel people will judge you like, oh, no Todd again this week. You
no,
know? Okay.
no, yeah, it really depends on where you go. So I mean,
Yeah, Pauly was very progressive. I don't know, man. Pauly's he's very fluid.
mhm.
You know, but he likes the ladies. I mean, I think he was attached to ladies and stuff. I think, I mean, the
Yeah,
Weasel's completely a character.
yeah,
It's funny because you think though that's Pauly Shore because he became famous as the Weasel when he did Totally Pauly. He was the Weasel character, and but it's technically a character. He
mhm.
doesn't really do he still talks like Pauly, but he's not doing the Weasel shit, and he's not saying "crusty buddy." He doesn't do that,
No,
and
he's pretty tame compared to yeah.
I
He's
like that.
toned.
This is the funniest damn part of the movie.
Oh yeah,
Why did you
yeah.
do that? I love it. I think it's so funny. And actually, kudos to Pauly. He didn't lay him out. He actually
Mhm.
just took it, then he dropped. But I mean, the way he hit him, you think he would have laid him
Well,
out.
Paulie gets his revenge when he uses his taekwondo that he
Studied
learned.
Taekwondo for 2
Yeah,
semesters. Yeah.
which I don't know why he didn't use it there.
Oh, because he fucking cold cocked him.
Well,
I mean, like he basically sucker punched him.
yeah, but I mean, you think he would have a better reaction than that? Come
He
on,
was
Paulie.
raised by coked out 80 stand-ups. Pauly Shore is yeah, obviously his mom, Mitzi Shore, ran the Comedy Store. She was kind of the queen of the comedy scene in LA. Everybody went through the Comedy Store. So everybody knew Pauly. So all these guys like Sam Kinison and stuff like that, they would babysit him. Every comedian that's even around now, they've all known Pauly. He would always be running around the Comedy Store as a small kid. He was even a face in the Comedy Store, for modern comics for a while. I don't think he runs it now. I think his brother or something does. And I know Adam Egget was running it, but he's always been there. And he sort of has an in with all these comedians because he's of his pedigree. But Pauly Shore really in real life is not very funny.
Oh yeah, yeah,
His
yeah,
stand-up is
yeah.
not funny. He was so funny when he'd be the Weasel.
Hmm.
Like, I love it because it's just when he was doing Totally Pauly, he was very off the cuff, and he would do his like inbreeder type. He'd invade people's space even on his MTV show, and it was so funny. But without that character, he's just not funny. And he goes on these comedy podcasts, and I can't help but feel like it's these comedians that are relevant today throwing him a bone because he's Mitzi's son. and they kind of owe everything to Mitzi. That's kind of how they always feel. But I kind of feel like when he's on these podcasts and he performs terribly, they're just they're secretly dying inside because he's like just fucking it all up.
Yeah, he's really not funny. I mean, even interviews with him, I mean,
no,
not funny.
No. Which, by the way, Pauly, call me back. I want you on the show.
Yeah,
You're not funny.
Pauly, yeah.
No, but you know, it is what it is. There's lots of people who aren't funny, and Seth Rogen is not funny.
No,
I think he made some funny movies with Franco and all that stuff, and I think, you know, he obviously wrote those scripts like Pineapple Express and shit with like Evan Goldberg, his writer, and so he's a good writer. But if you ever seen Seth Rogen in a talk show or a podcast,
when he's not playing a stoner, no, he's not.
He's not funny. He still does the laugh, and he laughs at his own jokes, but they're not funny. The funniest thing he ever said was he used to jack off to posters of RuPaul, and he didn't know she was a he. That's just funny because of the situation. It's not really. It's like, yeah, it's like I jacked off to a poster of RuPaul at summer camp one year, and I fucking had no idea. He's like, oh. Like, okay, I would have kept that one to myself. But I guess when you're in the Navy, you're a writer and you're in comedy, you let it all fly. Yeah. It's like Ron White, speaking of comedy.
Didn't he do Sausage Party though?
Seth
Rogen, isn't that his? Okay,
but I never saw that. No, I was gonna say, if you're a comedian, all those sort of like stories you have, it kind of helps you to be transparent. It helps your comedy and just kind of laugh at yourself. One of the funniest damn stories is when Ron White told, and he wasn't joking, he was telling a serious story about how like he used to travel. I think he said he was in Hawaii. I might be wrong, but he's like, yeah, I think he was like, he would go to this area and he was always getting his dick sucked. There's like this like just like a street where it's like, you know, hey, it's the hooker alley, and he had a thing for like you know, small Asian girls or whatever. He's like, and yeah, I would get my dick sucked, I'd get my anyway. And he found out after the fact that they were all like lady boys. He's like, I was getting my dick sucked by men for fucking. He's like, and he just laughs at it like, God, he's like, what the fuck?
When Ron White say this?
Oh, it's on. First of all, he said it on a Rogan interview.
Oh, okay.
He's been on Rogan quite a few times, and then I heard him tell the story again on another podcast. Somebody brought it up, and he just laughs it off. It's like, fuck. He makes it part of a joke. Like, God, he's like, it's funny, whatever. And fuck. It's like, what do you got to do now? Yeah. It's like
it's over and done with.
His reaction was just like when he said he found out, like, whoa. Dennis Berkeley is the real star.
Yeah, I did.
Is that Theo?
That's the henchman, the big guy from. God, he's been in so many movies. Was he in Overboard? He was in.
Who are we talking about? Theo?
Is that his name in this, dude?
The fat guy?
Yeah.
That's
Theo. Yeah. I mean, he's been in quite a bit of shit. But he's definitely plays the same role every time. I mean, he was in Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
He also reminds me
Tin Cup. He was in No Way Out.
He also reminds me of that one actor. They're almost interchangeable. And I don't know his name, but I'll just say one of his lines, and you'll know who I'm talking about. And you'll be like, oh yeah, they are very similar. It's the 90s. We're gonna sue you. Suburban Commando.
Oh, Suburban Commando.
Like, you're gonna pound my face.
Yeah,
this is the 90s. We're gonna sue you. It's like chubby guy with a beard, like, you know, grease monkey type guy.
I always know him as Dozer from Mask. I want to say the Mask.
Oh yeah,
Rocky Dennis, dude.
the superior Mask. And we should lump in, even though I never saw this guy in another movie, we should lump in Can't Let You Take the Man's Wheels, son.
Yeah.
we lump in that guy.
He's exactly like him. I think he was in Overboard, wasn't he? Wasn't he in Overboard? Maybe
I can't quite remember. Pauly Shore's dead. I've seen Pauly Shore's dead. Oh, you meant in real life. Oh wait, never mind. He's still alive, which is worse. Have you ever seen Pauly Shore's dead? The actual movie?
Haven't.
Pauly Shore's dead. It's okay. Pauly Shore was a passion project that he did, and he pulled a lot of favors once again because he's Pauly Shore. You could tell he pulled in some MTV favors. Like, he had Britney Spears in a cameo in it and stuff like that. Obviously, Fred Durst is in it. He was in like He was in the Break Stuff video and the End Together Now video. Remember he was the pizza boy in the End Together Now video? I forgot all about that. I was watching the End Together Now music video a few weeks ago on the toilet, and you didn't need to know that. And I was like, oh fuck yeah, he's like at the door, and they pull him in, and they start like, you know, fucking with him and stuff. And but yeah, just really weird career he's had. But I love him. I want him to make a comeback. I want if I had the power and the status and I had a big production, if I'm ever blessed enough to be giving a sizable amount for a production, I will offer Pauly Shore some sort of role.
How has somebody not done it by now? I mean, because the 90s are like, I mean,
it's
nostalgic.
Right
now. It's nostalgic.
Because
like, all these people.
The problem is I think you have to be able to reinvent these guys. And I don't know, Pauly Shore's got to be capable of not being Pauly Shore. You know, because the Weasel, the Pauly Shore, it's not like, can he make a total turnaround?
Well, how have they made a Biodome 2 with Stephen Baldwin? Him and Stephen Baldwin.
It would fucking tank worse than the first one did. It would tank worse than the first one.
Come on, you can do a straight streaming, dude, on Netflix.
Oh, that would be great. I'm sure that would be a real good movie.
Well,
a straight to Netflix Biodome.
It'd be better than nothing.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'll take nothing.
Okay,
you see what they do to A-listers?
You'd rather see an Adam Sandler movie than Pauly and Stephen Baldwin.
You see what they do to Adam Sandler's Netflix movies. Even Adam Sandler, you've seen what they've done with these Mark Wahlberg, Kevin Hart movies that are straight to streamers. They are bad.
Yeah,
talk about churning them out and cookie cutter AI scripts. They are terrible, man. Pauly Shore had that one movie that went to Netflix. The not House Guest, but it was Guest House. I keep getting them backwards, but did you watch that?
No.
And that it's not great, but there's some funny parts in it. And that's kind of like that came out about 5-6 years ago. Just watch that, and it's fine.
I do want Stephen Baldwin to make a comeback too, because he's hysterical, man.
What comeback? He never was. He's a never was.
I know, that's why.
You know, he was he was Barney. And he wasn't even the good he was in the shitty Barney. He was the Viva Rock Vegas dude.
Yeah. Did you end up seeing that, the Viva Rock?
Yeah, we had a VHS tape that we got secondhand on like Hollywood Video. My little siblings wore that fucking shit out. And remember, they had the one actor playing Mick Jagged, dude, like Mick Jagger, and he's like got the duck lips, dude, and he's got the fucking we've seen that damn movie, dude. It's got the Great Kazoo in it, played by actually, you know what? I think the Great Kazoo was played by, what is his fucking name? What is his name? The guy that plays Nightcrawler. What is his name? He's son of Mask.
It's Jake Gyllenhaal.
The fuck?
You said Nightcrawler, right?
X-Men Nightcrawler.
Okay.
Come on, man. You got to get down to my nerdy level.
Sorry.
I don't have my... Oh, yeah, I do have my phone. What is his name? I'm going to look it up really quick.
God, I'm looking at Biodome stuff, and I forgot that Kevin West was in it. Remember Kevin West from... he's the very, like, long face guy that is in House Guest. Remember? He's the wine taster.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's like...
Sweet.
Yeah.
Seductive. Sounds like you need a woman. He's really, really funny. So I was thinking,
I love that movie. Dude.
I was thinking Alan Cumming. Alan Cumming's the actor. He played Mick Jagged and he played the Great Kazoo. But when he was playing Mick Jagged, I think he had like a prosthetic nose. He was like doing his Mick Jagger impression. And Alan Cumming was in Son of Mask. I think he's the bad guy. Anyway, and he plays Nightcrawler in X-Men too. But
what's Sinbad doing now, dude?
Fighting for his life. That guy had GoFundMe's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he had bad strokes and heart.
I didn't know
he was
that.
On death's door, man.
That's
and they couldn't afford the medical bills anymore. And they literally had to go hand and heart. And
man, I would have donated to him if I had money.
I think he was and I think he's okay now. I think he's still with us, but he's not in great shape. Like he's had strokes and he's just not the same.
That's terrible.
But he I remember when they were trying to raise money for his medical bills, he must have gotten somebody to help him out with this, but he was given as gifts for anybody that donated, like custom Sinbad action figure dolls.
Oh
He must have
man,
got somebody to donate like their
yeah.
skills to make them, but it was like Sinbad doll, and they were awesome. And but yeah, House Guest is another one that's like this, where it has a vibe. In the
Yeah.
House Guest. I don't think House Guest wasn't Disney. House Guest was probably Hollywood like this, I think.
Mm.
I don't know, but I love House Guest. It's so
Oh, it's
funny.
so funny, dude. Yeah.
Like, love the grill with fatty meat. Put it on
Eating
bun.
the McDonald's, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you had
Yeah.
your break today? Like, I just like, God, you're so fat, dude. Where he's just craving Mickey D's, dude.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even if I was gonna like treat myself, I'm not going to Mickey D's, but that's my first choice. I got to splurge, dude. Let's
So
see.
yeah, we got Crawl in here. He's wrestling the pigs. He's getting the hang of it now. He's getting the farm living lifestyle, and he's becoming a farmer.
Yeah, he's embracing it.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to show Theo what's up and prove everybody wrong, man. I like he got a little John Denver in his heart and his spirit, with the tractor. And yeah.
I'd be doing the same thing with the nose plugs.
Look, I think it might be pretty rewarding to work on a farm if it was my farm. Like, I have no desire to work on somebody else's farm. But like if it was my farm, it'd be kind of rewarding and fun. Like to go out and shovel the manure and feed the hogs and ride the tractors, dude. It'd be fun.
I've been on many farms growing up. My mom used to date some farmers back in the day. So yeah, it's tough, man. It's a lot of work, but it's like
But
there's
if it
some fun
was
aspects to it as well.
but if it was mine,
Yeah.
like I'm not getting up and going and clocking in on somebody else's dime. I'm waking up here it's my farm. I don't know. It's
Mm-hmm.
just different.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really different. Let's see. Do a heartbreaking character study like the wrestler or the whale. Yeah, I mean, that's what you would have to do. Except I don't want to use the whale as an example because I fucking didn't. The whale is a one watch and you're done. And I know they're both Aronofsky, but the wrestler is peak. That's pinnacle, dude. I think the wrestler is maybe my favorite movie the last 25 years. Non-horror, definitely my favorite drama. It's absolutely fantastic. And yeah, you would have to reinvent him. He would have to be able to, same thing with like an Eddie Furlong. I know it always comes back to Eddie, but if he got himself in shape and he really applied himself, and I think Eddie could have the chops to do it. I don't think Pauly does, unfortunately. But Eddie could. Eddie would have to reinvent himself, really take his shit seriously, and find himself a good role. Pauly would be a complete makeover because they're like, hey, we're taking this guy that used to be the Wheeze, and we're going to try and convince you to take him seriously. And he would need a Tarantino type. Remember when Tarantino put Mike Myers in the worst scene of Inglourious Bastards?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But that's the worst scene of the movie. It just drags and drags and drags and drags. But you would need a guy like that. Even though Mike Myers did try and do serious in that Studio 54 movie, if you remember that. You remember that movie?
I never saw that.
You remember it had like
yeah.
Neve Campbell when she was at her peak, and had Ryan Phillippe when he was at his peak too with all those movies. I watched it like on HBO or Cinemax when it was like new to the channel. And I just remember the scene at the end because he's like the owner of Studio 54 and he wears like a prosthetic nose in the movie. I just remember towards the end of the movie, he gets Ryan Phillippe in his room. He's like all a little wasted. He's like, I want to suck your cock. That's what Mike Myers says to Ryan Phillippe. And he doesn't actually do it. But I'm like, that's all I took away. I would love it. Like if I was Mike Myers and I knew that's all I took away from his movies. Like, yeah, I remember 25 years later, you wanting to suck Ryan Phillippe's cock. That's about it.
Well, I mean, that's a good paycheck, I guess.
And you could probably have worse cocks, right, Todd?
Yeah, I'm sure. You would know. So they don't really make the live action family comedies anymore, which is, I mean, well, I guess they make Sonic the Hedgehog. I guess you can consider that kind of live action, but like I wish they would make some of these films again. They probably never will, I'm sure. But why wouldn't these studios like Disney
squeeze?
Why wouldn't Disney, since they have Disney Plus, do like direct to streaming like good.
Well, so yeah, Disney is totally focused on Pixar, and then they're gonna turn into AI slop. I guarantee it. Whenever
Yeah.
when the OpenAI has a hit with their shitty critters movie next year, and they see they can turn a profit, I see Disney selling out their integrity and even starting to in Pixar. But anyway, they've been animated for a long time. But that's why I got so excited, honestly, about Disney Plus when they announced it. And I'm like, so when Disney Plus came out, the launch exclusive film with it was Togo. That movie that tells the story, the same story as Balto, but it's the other dog, and it's Willem Dafoe. And I watched it. My gosh,
You
Togo
said
is
that
a
was good. I still
10
need to
out of
watch
10.
that. Yeah,
10 out of 10. I watched it and I'm like, my God, this is like Iron Will. This is like a 90s live action Disney movie from the 90s. And it's like, and I hadn't seen a movie like this in years. And I'm like, okay, is this going to be the new home for those types of movies? Because I'll take it. And it's good, dude. It's like a 10. It has no right to be as good as it is. And it'll have you tearing up, dude.
Yeah, I miss that. Absolutely.
And guess what? They never really put out any more. They came out with a couple of fucking exclusive movies, but they weren't of that caliber. And they were like more like, I don't know, rom-com bullshit. But then they really didn't. Now they're just kind of like writing off all their shows, their Marvel series and stuff like that. And you know, they tried to bring back Mighty Ducks in TV show form. It wasn't great. And obviously we know what happened there. And I really wish they would have kept doing the original film thing. And
yeah, absolutely. And tie it into like, I mean, sports are still a huge thing. I don't understand like why they wouldn't like.
Well, Togo, it's kind of like the Disney sports formula where it's an inspirational story.
Yeah.
It's sledding. You're going against the elements, trying to get the medicine to the town for the kids, whatever. And you're on, so it's a story of overcoming the odds, which is the Rocky thing, all sports movies. And I guess the last time they had a theatrical Disney movie that did that was probably, it really was it's when they did Miracle. The story of the Olympic Games, Kurt Russell. That's a bit of a classic Disney move, right? And then that was like 2004. And they just kind of that's kind of like when they stopped. Like, okay, these aren't working anymore. And
I think they would. Honestly, I do think they would.
Well, I mean, I don't give a shit. They would just put them on the streamer. That's fine. Like, if you don't believe in them, I get it. If you don't believe in them theaters, yeah, because the only people that go to theaters now are people with kids. So yeah, I get it. It's just like, just pump out all this animated bullshit, but give it the streamer, man. You have your own platform to release those movies. Netflix pumps out a million fucking exclusive films. They're all dog shit. Be the anti-Netflix. Like, put out quality films. And you used to make those films, like these films, like you said, $8 million. Like, and I know you got to account for inflation, but still, and the big Cool Runnings. How much did Cool Runnings cost? 20 million? I have no idea.
Well, let's look it up.
Yeah, how much? What was the budget of Cool Runnings?
17 million.
17 million. Now, do me a favor. I think Cool Runnings came out like 94, 95, 96. Look at
93.
how much 93. Look at how much $17 million 1993 would be today. Weston.
Do you want to know how much this made, by the way?
How much did it make?
The box office?
Yeah, how much did it make?
155 million.
Huge hit.
Yeah.
Much bigger hit than this.
Yes.
It's massive hit. But look at how much that money translates to today, if you don't mind. So Sean says, not to sound too right-wing, but family comedies don't exist anymore because families don't exist anymore. That's a great point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Like, where's the family values? A lot of people
aren't really having kids either. A lot of the millennials aren't really having kids.
That's economical. There's all kinds of stuff that's kind of causing that stuff too. I mean, there was a little bit of that whole you're shaming me because I don't have kids. Like, I don't want to have kids. But a lot of it too is economical.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Just
it's too
people can't afford rent, for God's sakes, dude.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Look, the time of middle class being able to support a family on one income is long dead. And we've been in the 2-income middle class dynamic for a long time, but we're now entering you need both parents to work and you need a side hustle to make ends meet. And what used to be 3-4 kids is now 1 or 2 max, if any. It's just changed. and it's unfortunate. But I think you're onto something. It is. People have different values now,
Yeah.
and life just looks a little different for a lot of people.
So the adjusted inflation, 17 million back in 1993 would equal
34,
to
35.
37
Close.
million 800,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
38, we'll say $38,000.
38 million. Yeah.
38 million. Yeah. $38 million.
Yeah.
That is chump change.
Mm-hmm.
They could make a Cool Runnings caliber movie today for $38 million. Put it on. They're making $200 million streaming movies.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, pump out these $30 to $50 million movies like they used to in the day, and put them on streamers, and they could still be quality, and you could probably still attract talent, because John Candy probably got like $5 million to be in Cool Runnings. I'm sure everybody else didn't have like a huge paycheck, but that's how you scale down, man. I don't know. I just wish we would have.
Oh, there's
like
Pauly Shore's resurgence right there. I mean,
I tell you what, I love these old guys getting their freak off with their wives, dude. If they really turned a corner on this, and they made streaming the home for modest budget, high quality films, because you could not have a movie like Breakdown with Kurt Russell today.
Yeah.
Like, that was a theatrical thriller, very Hitchcockian. And it's like, I don't know, probably cost 50 million max. It was the 50 million, and those were blockbusters when they cost 50 million back in the 90s. Holy cow. Like, we're talking about movies that cost 16 to 32, but 50 million, those are dead now. If they made streamers the home of those movies and they were of the same quality, I would probably be super on board, be like, yeah, maybe theaters are dead.
Yeah.
Like, and I would feel just inspired, like that film has a home, because whatever, I'd be more open to accepting that people are adapting to their home theaters, which are great now, as long as if the films went with it. But now it's like theatrical films are kind of one thing, and they're dominated by, except for horror still finds a way to have a pulse, which is good. But unless you're Marvel and Disney, it's just, theater is for kids. It's kid stuff. But the streamers are shit. You have these fucking Kevin Hart comedies that are just atrocious, dude.
Yeah, we need to get something better than that.
Hey, Blano, Cool Runnings age like a fine wine. Candy is exquisite. Ever want to do a candy exploitation? Oh, I'd love to, dude.
I love John Candy. Yeah, Cool Runnings is still great too.
I love Cool Runnings. Cool Runnings is 4K.
I know,
but it's not gonna happen. It's kind of hard to justify buying because we do have Disney Plus. Yeah. I hate that I give Disney Plus money, and they keep, they're jacked up their price way up there. Yeah. But Disney Plus, there honestly is great value to it, compared to other services, because you have the Hulu stuff, and you have even if Disney sucks now, it's got the classic Disney shit.
It's got the catalog, absolutely,
and and it's got.
We've been watching my boys and I have been watching The Simpsons. We're on season 3 right now.
Yeah.
God, season 3 is so funny, dude.
That's where it gets good.
I can't believe it, because like I don't remember like laughing out loud like a lot during The Simpsons, but season 3, like starting out, like, man, it's been great.
3 is really where it hit its stride. If you noticed, 3 is when they start really throwing in guest voices on like every episode, because that's when you have like Aerosmith playing Moe's Tavern. It became a pop culture phenom in season 3. That's when it was at its peak. Don't Have a Cowman, Bart Simpson t-shirts. 1 is kind of rough. 2 is kind of finding its footing.
All right, yeah.
Like, I think, but then 3 is like where it exploded. And so from season 3 to season 8, it is peak. It's fucking peak. And then 9, it goes down a little bit, but 9's still good. 10 is still watchable, and then it kind of goes down. But like, and I like 1 and 2, but I'm telling you, 3 to 8 is like on. That is 3 to 8 is fucking Rain in Blood to Seasons in the Abyss. You know what I mean? That's like, rah.
I was pretty surprised. I did remember a few of the episodes, but I'm like, God, these are so funny, which I never thought The Simpsons were that funny until recently.
What's up, Travis? Hey, we're summoning all the Travises in this
Hey,
episode.
Travis. What's up, brother?
Are you Travis, Becca's boyfriend, Travis? Are you our friend who smells his sister's panties, Travis? I'm just kidding.
Killian.
Yeah, I love Son-in-Law. It's just a classic, dude. And I tell you what, obviously, you know, when people think about like the great films of an era and the films that really inspire the next generation of filmmakers, you know, it's usually films like sci-fi, drama, heavy movies.
Mm-hmm.
But and as much as I love those movies, and most of those movies are my favorite movies, these are the most rewatchable.
Yeah, you
It's
watch
these
a million times. Yep.
I've said it a million times. If I want a comfort food movie, I put on Wayne's World.
Ooh, you just bent her over. I'm sorry, you bent her over the stove.
Yeah, I know, dude. He's all about it.
Getting a semi. Yeah.
Nasty. It's like that's where he says, like, don't hold out on me, bro. Did you get her? I love it, dude. What's up, Satan? How you doing?
Satan, what's up, brother?
But you know, this is there's a cool through arc here, and the story's great because Pauly Shore he's the unassuming angel that they needed to bring their family together because you know he doesn't bond with Zach. I mean, why he's always playing them video games? They're not just games to him. You know, again, it's kind of like King of the Hill and like the Hank Hill and Bobby Hill dynamic. They don't understand each other, but then he gets him to bond with his dad too because he's not good enough for Pops. You know, he's always he's always harsh in his gig cruster and always on his case. And yeah, he brings them all together and everybody's
which is kind of believable. I mean, you know, he's bringing a little open-mindedness into the family,
and if they can bond, and I'm not putting him on the same level as like Jesus Christ. But he's kind of the martyr of the situation because he's the ultimate weirdo because everybody's coming at him when they first meet him. Fucking the kid who gets picked on by his dad's like, who's this weird guy? You know, Pops doesn't like him. Nobody likes him. And they're all warming up to him. And he's taking the lashings, man. And so at the end of the day, it's like if they can all learn to appreciate and open their heart up to Pauly, well, maybe Pops can ease up on his boy.
And everybody can relate to this because I've had people like that I wasn't, you know, warm to at first, and then they become like my best friends. I'm not saying Aaron, but I'm just saying like people in general. I mean, like you wouldn't think like you'd be friends with this person, and then like, okay, this person's really cool. So it's believable in my opinion.
If it's between him kissing me dying, I'd rather be dead. But yeah, like I said, this was the big breakthrough for him and Pops, even though he's like freaking, "Are you trying to kiss me?" This was the moment where he like, obviously he had some time to reflect and he, you know, opens up to Crawl. And yeah, I mean, Crawl, you need a Crawl to disarm the tension. That's right, Blano. I mean, Crawl, not only does he bring the family together generationally, he's also Blue Chew. He gets you. He's a love counselor. Think about it. He got him and his wife to get nasty. And I like how he Crawl gave her mom the makeover, not the daughter. Crawl did. And
you saw her naked pretty much too.
Yeah, and he probably got some deleted scenes.
Yeah,
but I don't know. And then she dresses her like a total slut, dude, like a fucking 90s mall Tiffany girl.
Well, and all the cowboys wanted her.
I know. Hold on just a damn second. Like when somebody else tried to get a dance with her. But the fact that like,
do you like it? Oh, you look good.
Yeah. Oh, you look good. I think I like it a lot. I still don't think a guy like him would like that look. I don't know. If you're conservative, you're conservative. I don't know.
I mean, hey, it got him hard.
That's what I'm saying. Pauly, Dad.
Yeah.
Them small town folks are very judgmental. They can be.
They can be. They're good people though. But yeah, they can be.
They just sometimes they're shitty.
Sometimes they're shitty. Yeah, but
yeah, sometimes good people. They just don't. They know not what they do. Like you said, like Blaine said, you need a Crawl in their life, and everybody has to have somebody that just opens you up.
Be their crawled Satan. Bring your Satan to their
I'm
I'm
trying to
not.
wonder, have
I'm
I
not.
ever been that for anybody? I don't think so.
You?
Yeah, I
I
don't think
don't
I've ever
know.
really. I remember I went to different. I traveled a lot. He tried to kiss me.
Yeah.
I traveled a lot, and people usually kind of hated me because I was American. They never really gave me much of a chance. No, people were friends, but it had nothing to do with that. But I did meet a few people that were like, "Oh, get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
I'd rather be
See,
dead.
I'm kind of like I adapt. I'm kind of a chameleon where I can kind of like I'm pretty good at reading people where I can kind of blend into a lot of the situations regardless of their backgrounds or their incomes or whatever.
Look, I
Where
like to think I'm the same way, and I've always been the same way. But I feel like ever since, I don't know if it's just the timing, but it feels like it's timed with ever since I've been like kind of working remote for like the last decade. Now, that might just be a coincidence, and I'm just getting naturally older. But I feel like I'm becoming less adaptive, and I'm just pretty much myself. Like I
mm,
just have no filter. And I think it's a getting
yeah,
older
yeah.
thing, but I find on myself doing it at work when I shouldn't,
Mhm.
like in meetings, like I let curveballs slip through,
Oh,
and
I can totally see that. The only reason I'm like that is now that I have kids, it's like I have to have like some sort of filter, like when I'm around them. Like,
oh, I know, and
so it's I don't know.
and
I
that
have to be aware of my surroundings.
no, I get it, and I'm definitely aware of my surroundings. Like I'm not gonna go to my grandmother's house in the Midwest
Yeah,
and start talking about Stephen Jeffrey fucking nuts,
yeah,
whatever. But if I'm talking, but yeah, but within reason.
yeah. Sure.
But like Cody Leach isn't my grandma.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
No,
and
yeah, absolutely.
you could bring on a guest or whatever, and I'm gonna adapt a little bit less.
Hmm.
By the way, I gave Cody Leach the perfect idea for a new tier list, and he needs to capitalize on it. He needs to
What's
do
that?
Stephen Jeffrey's nut tier list,
Oh
dude.
Jesus, yeah.
Like I gave him so much ace material, and if he doesn't use it, it's a
Well,
crying shame, dude.
he
But
does like Fright Nights, so yeah.
all right, humility, empathy, and patience.
Mm,
Yeah, but that's why I love these family
yeah,
movies, dude. Deep down, I'm a family
absolutely, bro.
guy. I have a heart.
Hmm.
Just because, and if we like to have fun, or if I like to let certain humor fly, it doesn't mean I wouldn't give you the shirt off my back, or I wouldn't feed your kids if they were hungry, or any of
Hey,
that
we
stuff.
goof on people. They goof on us. We take it, and it's all we're all good.
And
So
the, and guess what? I keep going back to this, and it's the reason why I don't like movies like this. It's never mean spirited.
yeah, yeah,
I don't feel like anything's ever mean spirited. Like Stephen Jeffrey's nuts is not fucking mean spirit. He's literally a guy that did that in films, made money from it, and we're just making fun. He'd probably laugh at the jokes.
hmm,
That's the way I like to think about it. I'm not making fun of people with special conditions.
no,
I would
no,
never make fun of anybody
no,
ailments, anything that people cannot control and have zero control over. I think that's mean spirited
yeah,
usually.
that's yeah,
And I would never do that. And I guess what? I like to make jokes about Eddie Furlong, but guess what? He can control that shit. you know, I rib Eddie Furlong because I love Eddie Furlong. You know. Anyway,
he can make fun of us all he wants. I'm all
just be
for it.
yourself. If people like you, good. If people don't, good. Yeah, man. I think that just comes with age. I think that's
Well,
really what it is. I love the turkey, dude. It's a miracle. This Can you imagine how freaky this would be? How scary.
oh, pulling the feathers out. Poof, yeah,
Well, just it waking up, dude.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
it, and I like
Freak
how
me
he just
out, dude.
abandons him. I got it. He leaves the house when he's.
Yeah, because the turkey had a heart attack, like Kroll
Oh,
says.
I love that's the
Yeah,
second funniest part of the whole movie. He's like,
yeah,
ah, and
yeah.
the turkey kills over to it. It's a miracle. Yeah, it's great. Have you ever had any kind of bye? Maybe not a turkey, but have you ever had any kind of rodent or varmint get in the house from outside?
Oh God. We God, we always have shit under our shed. Like, I mean, we've had like mice and rats and stuff like that. Like I was saying earlier, I killed rats all the time, stepping on them and that sort of thing. But not like an actual not like a
That's kind of
raccoon,
common. Like
not
those
like
are,
a
yeah.
raccoon or like a bat or anything. Not yet. So, um,
So, really quick detour. So they're throwing crawl the bachelor party, and obviously Travis and Theo have an ulterior motive, and they just slip the roofie from one each other, and they're going to drug them. They're going to do the same thing at Tiffany Amber Thiessen. But by the way, this movie goes by so fast.
It does.
And all comedies do.
Mm-hmm.
They're just because they're fun. There's no it's all levity. It's not that much heavy. You don't have to it just goes by in a breeze. But I was going to say, one time, it's so funny. We had the black sheep happen to us where a bat got in the house. Not here. It wasn't even, I was an adult, but my dad's house, my mom and dad and siblings, they had moved out to like the sticks in like Branson West. And I came over to visit, and they were on some land, like fucking 2 acres of land. And it was just, they rented the place. And this bat got in the house, dude. And it was ridiculous. And the whole thing was like a Benny Hill skit. Cause like my dad would be running down the hallway with like a fucking broom trying to swat this bat. And then you would see him come back around, the bat's chasing him, dude. And it was just like so ridiculous. My mom and baby sister were hiding under the blankets, and this bat was doing dive bombs on the blanket. Oh, boom, boom. And and they literally tried the pot trick, like Black Sheep. I love it when in Black Sheep where he like check and see, and he opens it and he puts it in front of his face, dude. It was just absolute craziness.
Did you get the tennis racket out? That's what I would do.
Do we look like tennis people, Todd?
I don't know. I mean, that's, a giant fly swatter. So, I mean, I've done that to birds, birds that are trying to dive bomb me. Hit them with a tennis racket.
Yeah, we just don't have a tennis racket. We're broomstick people, Todd. Broomstick. Yeah. So,
oh God,
nice.
My girl, dude. God, Kelly Kapowski.
Yeah, she was. Wait, what? Oh yeah, it's Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah, I love Black Sheep, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's Moss, dumbass.
She still looks good, Tiffany Thiessen, man.
Not bats. Yeah, I mean, she still looks like her. She's Asian. She's Asian, all right. Nice. She's like, I was just getting started. What a slut, dude. She's like the town slut. Theo's
absolutely, dude. I mean,
she's been through everybody, dude. She's like the only hot chick in the entire. She really is pretty, but someone like her will dominate because she's small town pretty.
Yeah, look at these like 30 men, dude, like cheering her on, dude, trying to get her liquored up. They'll have a shot with her at the end of the night.
I feel like they all probably ran a train on her, dude.
Oh, probably.
Like, we got to make it look legit. We know Crawl is too fucking whiskey dick to actually do the deed. Yeah, everybody fucking get in line and give her a turn. We got to have her dripping and a gaping, and when they find her.
Yeah, that'd be good old boys would. Yeah, absolutely. Even big pun right there would have a shot at her.
Big pun, dude. The white big pun.
I'm not a player. I just crush a lot.
I don't know, man. It's hard looking at a barn and not have Jason. Friday 13th 4. I always think about Friday 13th Part 4. Oh, look at Crawl spread eagle right there, dude. Don't you just want to go up there and sniff those draws, dude?
No,
I bet our friend does.
You was sniffing draws, dude. I'm talking about sniffing draws.
I love that dramatic close up. This is as heavy as the movie ever gets.
Yeah. I was wearing a pig boxer shorts, or
they were literally rolling in the hay.
Yeah.
Literally rolling. I mean, that's really funny. But I was like, did we do it? I don't think. Do you think? He's probably like, well, God, if I'm in trouble, can I at least? Did we do it? Should have smelled his fingers, dude.
I wish we would have had a little bit more Tiffany Thiessen in this film. I don't know how you could have put her in more, but they should have.
She's in it enough though. But that's what you do. Like they just assume that all this stuff happened and they're buying it, but literally all he has to do is smell his dick. Smell his dick, smell his fingers, just do the smell test.
We've already went over this what was this last episode with the Maury Povich? How do you know he's cheating? I smell his balls, Maury.
Yeah. but I'm serious. If they just woke up that night drunk, blacked out, they stink. They've got that stank, dude. So just do the smell test. And that's the first thing I'd be doing if I was Crawl and I woke up from a total blackout. I'm like, all right, let's see the damage. And if there's no damage, like, dude, I don't know. I feel like I would know.
You would think.
But
anyway. Yeah, so she's getting all bent out of shape because she thinks he cheated. And she's starting to have feeling. Well, I don't know if she has feelings, but she's wanting to maybe go back to her ex.
Yeah, and this is where Crawl confronts her about like, you used me, Becca.
Mm-hmm.
Why'd you even break me? I don't want to be your friend. I was whatever. I mean, lovers quarrel, but um, and by
So,
the way, I not that I want the bad guy to win, but actually every time I see that they were that lazy to not move the seat back,
oh god,
they
well,
just like they committed a crime.
yeah.
They besides the morality of breaking up somebody, they drugged people. And like I said, I think Tiffany Amber Thiessen should have got checked. More might have happened. We don't know. But like they would be terrible on like forensics or anything else because like Theo, this big fat ass, drives her car and moves her, and he doesn't move the seat back. Like it
Well,
just
well, back in the small town, I'm sure, like, even if something happened, like, they wouldn't have done anything about it anyway. I mean, back then.
I just look.
Um,
I just would have. I would have thought about it. I after everything kind of subsided and everything else, and I was done. She's being slut shamed and all that stuff. And how terrible, dude! When he comes in, he's like, "How could you?"
oh god, that's ridiculous. Oh, here
He's
it
such
is,
a.
right here. Yeah,
She had to deal with that scumbag Jeff, and now she's got to deal with this guy too.
she does the walk of shame, and then she has the boyfriend coming out after drugging her,
I thought I knew
causing
you.
her. So real quick, where would you put this in the
Number
Pauly
one.
Shore?
Number one.
Number one. Okay,
Yeah.
so this would be ahead of Encino Man.
Yeah. Encino
Okay.
Man's number two, and then there's like literally no number three.
Okay.
Pauly Shore's
I
got.
would I would put Encino Man number one, but I would put this at number two.
I think this is number one. This is his quintessential movie. Encino Man is a solid number two, and I really don't care for In the Army Now. It's been forever since I've watched Jury Duty, but I watched it quite a few times when it was like airing on Cinemax back in the day. It's probably just okay, but I want to go back and watch that. I just remember he had the dog obsessed with Jeopardy, and I don't really care for Biodome personally, but I kind of feel like I need to watch Biodome
It's nostalgic.
again, and maybe I can continue to open up more to it. But really, he's got two good movies, man. So he had a short run. He had two good movies, and like, yeah, did he even have a? Is this like his only hits? Because I know In the Army Now was his third big one, but it tanked. So yeah, he had a short run,
It
man.
said he was
But
in Class Act. I don't remember him in Class Act. Was he?
no, hey,
Uh,
he's in Phantom of the Mall, which I do
yeah, he's
enjoy.
in Fan of the Mall. He's in The Wash. He was in The Wash. I don't remember that.
Oh, with Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
He had a weird clout with like Snoop Dogg. Like I said, Snoop Dogg and Fred Durst and fucking all this. The thing is in 1999, we weren't that far removed from Paulie's heyday. He was washed up even in 1999, but it had only been like 5 years since Son-in-Law, and he had still had a few movies that bombed, like Biodome. So he was still getting a couple of. He was only a few years from having movies in theaters, and a lot of those guys probably still knew him from MTV within the decade. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if like Snoop Dogg is taking his phone calls now.
I doubt it.
Definitely number one. Oh, so Satan, you agree with me?
Okay.
This is number one, or are you talking about Encino Man? I just think this is a superior movie, but I love Encino Man. House Guest was pretty funny. Do you mean Guest House or House Guest? Two very different movies.
House Guest is hysterical.
But if you're talking about the Pauly Shore Guest House movie, I thought that was okay, and there was one particular scene in it that I thought was funny, but it's Pauly Shore. It's got a whole bunch of guest stars in it in the movie, but it's like not A-list comedians. It's like Chris Kattan.
Hmm.
Chris Kattan's so fucking washed up, but Chris Kattan's in it.
He's fun. He's funny, dude. Chris
I don't
Kattan.
think I think Chris
I know
Kattan
you hate Chris Kattan.
is the worst fucking SNL export to ever live.
God,
I think
Kattan.
I don't wish ill on him, but I think where his career went, it was deserved. He had a moment. He had very popular characters on SNL. Like,
Just
Night
look
of
at
the
his damn
Roxbury.
face, dude. His face is hysterical looking, dude. You didn't like
I
Neither Roxbury.
I don't like Night of the Roxbury.
You didn't like Corky Romano. He's funny
I
in Corky
fucking hate
Romano.
Corky Romano. I
Oh,
really
he's
hate Corky
funny
Romano.
in that, dude.
And I know Mango was his character on SNL.
There's something about him that I just looking at him just
give
makes
him a
me
job
laugh.
then, Todd. Give him a job.
Yes.
We should get Chris Kattan on the show.
We need to do a Chris Kattan exploitation.
Monkey Bone.
Yeah, Monkey
Brendan
Bone.
Fraser, dude. He had like a small like little string of movies. We should we should get Chris Kattan on the show, and then we'll just become the show where everybody I don't like and I make jokes on, we get him on the show.
I'd love to talk to Chris Kattan, dude.
Like we have a good week planned. We got Edward Furlong on, then we have Chris Kattan coming in.
Talk about Monkey Bone and Cookie Hermano.
And then we're gonna break it all down with a Michael Bauer on Friday. It's gonna be great.
He was on House at Haunted Hill. I forgot about that.
He was, and he wasn't even really so much comic relief. He was just kind of in it. Yeah. He had a string of movies or whatever, but he just I heard, he really broke his neck on SNL, or is that like a figurative speech of something? Like you break a leg, he broke a neck.
Yeah,
I don't know. He went too far. Like, hey, I want you to do well. Just break a leg. Don't break your fucking neck, homie. Don't put yourself out of the game. I just always think about Norm Macdonald and Norm Macdonald talking shit on Chris Kattan. And when they had a bit of a beef on Howard Stern, like they would go on each other on Howard, and Howard, of course, like stoked the fire and ask about it. And, Norm Macdonald didn't like Chris Kattan, and he would say straight up, like, he would tell these stories really funny. And then Chris Kattan would get questioned about it. And Chris Kattan is not funny in an interview.
Oh, I'm sure he's not. I'm sure he's
terrible. He's insufferable, dude. He's like trying to make jokes and he's getting clowned on. No, he's not good. But yeah, he just comes off like, hey, nobody liked him. He was kind of a pill. He was a fucking asshole, and he was just the way Norm Macdonald would talk about him, and the way he said that everybody else felt around him too. I'm not going to dox the person, but he felt like they're Gadam Pansy. Like he seemed like that character, like just so unlikable. It's like
I can totally see it.
And just like Norm Macdonald, he seems to like a lot of people. It's like, dude, I draw my lines. Like this guy, fuck this guy.
Just because I didn't like him doesn't mean that he's not funny.
And I think he was probably one of these guys that was cutthroat, because they always talk about SNL was really cutthroat on people would step on each other to get their bits in and undercut everybody else and kiss up the Lord, really, really, really just go over people. And I think Chris Kattan was probably one of those guys. So yeah, so I guess he really did break his neck, literally, not metaphorically. Well, did he break a monkey bone?
Speaking of SNL, I did see that they had Mad TV. They had the DVD on sale for like, I think it was like season 4. It was like $7. I was tempted to pick it up. I love Mad TV, dude.
Well, those are all on YouTube.
Are they? Are they?
I've watched tons of Mad TV on YouTube.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
I need to go back and check that out. I didn't know those
at least a while ago. The people that have like marathons, like
I thought Fox owned that, so Disney.
Well, yeah, but they were on that. They weren't getting taken down. But yeah, Mad TV was the edgy one that less people watched. But oh god, dude, a White Mama.
Oh
Artie Lang.
Yeah. Oh,
and
Artie's so funny.
The sitcom premise is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, just ridiculous, man. I don't remember how they had the intro of like the stupid sitcom where the black woman dies and her spirit goes into the white man that gets hit by the taxi, and he's like, "That's my white mama." It's just really edgy stuff.
I love the Will Sasso. Didn't he play like Kenny Rogers or something?
Drunk Kenny Rogers.
Oh god,
he's so funny. Hey, Satan, back to work I go. Happy holidays, everyone. Hey, man. Well, you were here for a good bit of the time. The movie's ending. Happy holidays. Happy Turkey Day. Hopefully you guys all have the day off too. I know not everybody's blessed to
Boomer Sooner, Satan. Go Sooners.
Yeah, bees and disease to you too. I was like, yeah, it's a football thing. Yeah. Is that who's playing tomorrow? Who's the big Thanksgiving games?
Well, I know the Chiefs are playing tomorrow. They're playing Dallas, so
Are they going to Super Bowl for you this year?
No, they suck. The Chiefs suck this year. I mean, they'll be lucky to get in the playoffs. So, which is sad to me, but whatever. Happy for everybody else.
Well, Pauly Shore had a happy ending. He's got the family he always wanted. Personally, like I love, they talk about city or country. I meet in the middle. I'm suburb because I like being near. I like being able to go to a city if there's something cool going on. And I want to be able to access shit. I do. Like I want to be able to buy shit. I don't want to live too far out in the sticks. It's fun. It's cool kind of being isolated, being out in the middle of nowhere. But then it becomes about, all right, we've lived that life before where you pretty much go grocery shopping once a month and you
Yeah.
go into town, you buy a whole bunch of shit and you stock your freezers.
If it's different. If it was me and my wife, I'd live out in the sticks, absolutely. But since we have kids, there's no point because I mean they're driving to school and everything like that, so it's tough.
But as I get older, I mean, I like what being near a big city or in a metropolitan. I like what that has to offer: connections, people. There's a lot of stuff you can't. But if I was really established in what it is I was wanting to do, and I didn't really need to make those connections anymore, it was easy for me to keep those online or whatever. Yeah, man, I would love to live on their farm, like in that house. I love that house
Oh yeah, it's
with a
great.
wallpaper, and I just miss the way those homes used to look, man. I like the Home Alone house. I love Zach's room in this.
Mm-hmm.
That it's so awesome, man. Like I envy his room and his PC. Like I can imagine being in the 90s in there and playing like Mortal Kombat 3 on fucking DOS, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, just or playing Duke Nukem. You had everything, and if you're a kid, I'd have more fun playing on the land and going out in the woods and stuff like that. But
Well, I mean, he had the best of both worlds. He had his computer, he had the farmland, so he can do whatever the fuck you wanted. He really didn't have a city, but I mean, when you're a kid, you really don't need that.
you don't need it. But I think there's a point where, as like an adult, where you're trying to develop
Sure.
yourself, it comes in handy. I don't ever want to fucking live in LA. That's going way too far.
No.
We don't. But I love the Phoenix Metro. I think it's great. It'd be cool to have land someday, but like I'm in no rush to leave here. And I do like the suburbs. I mean, it's got its downfalls, but you know, give me access to a grocery store, a Walmart, and a Target. I'm a bit of a basic bitch.
Yeah.
We love our Bed Bath and Beyonds, our Targets, and all that stuff. Oh, Bed Bath and Beyond went out of business, but you know what I mean.
Nice convenience store, nice grocery store. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just like whatever, but there is something nice as a kid. Some of my most fond memories are talking about the mom and pop video stores I used to go to, and as a kid, you think it's huge, but no, it's like when you look back, it's like no, you had one high school, one elementary school, one middle school, maybe, and you had the video rental. You had one bowling alley. It was all very tight knit, but it was huge to you. Yeah, I don't know. It's different times. I got a feeling of that, back the ranches, where I told you about in Skyline.
Yeah.
I obviously that wasn't part of your city back in the day.
Yeah.
Now it is, right? It's
Yeah,
part of
pretty
it.
much.
It officially is, but there was something cool about living out there, even as a kid. I know it's like you're pretty much in Omaha.
It's beautiful out there.
We go to the same malls. We'd go to Shopko and Oakview. It wasn't far, but there was just something great about living in the ranches and kind of having a little bit of that vibe. And a lot of the houses are real spaced apart. It's just yeah, man. I would try and find some kind of. I could see myself retiring in a place like that, something like that. But yeah, thanks for the last, Blaine. Entertainment Company. Thanks for being brutal and crass. And happy Thanksgiving. Well, we're thankful for all you guys. We're thankful for you guys tuning in every single week. We're thankful for you, letting us be brutal and crass and silly and stupid and all that stuff. And
we're all here to have a good time. So
we've been doing this for next year. It will be 15 years.
Yeah,
we're coming up on 15 years here shortly, and we would have stopped a long time ago if we didn't have cool broskies and stuff that came in here and liked to listen to us and chatted with us. So it's not about money. It's not about any of that stuff. This has been a great outlet. Well, I've often thought about this on the subject of Thanksgiving. I am thankful for podcasting. And I still consider it podcasting. We started off as like legit audio podcasting. Now it's YouTube and whatever. But if it wasn't for doing the Revival House, or back in the day, Behind the Mask, whatever you want to call it, however far back you go with us, I don't know what would me and Todd's relationship be like. It's kept the friendship alive. Like I don't have any other friends from high school.
Yeah.
Like it's just that most of that stuff goes away and stuff like that. So it became an excuse to hang out with friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because even when life gets really busy, oh, we meet up and do this thing.
Well, yeah, like you said, I mean, I really don't have any friends other than Aaron and then you guys. I mean, that's pretty much it. Like I don't have a whole lot of time for, other than like family and stuff. It's like this is my outlet, so I enjoy all the time we have on this show. So,
and it gets a bad rap, but God bless the internet. I mean, not the beheading videos.
Yeah.
And the skibbity toilets and stuff like that. But also the internet is caught. We wouldn't have podcasting with the internet without the internet. We wouldn't be able to keep long distance friendships pretty much the same without the internet.
Yeah.
And so big thanks for the internet. It's pretty cool.
Yes.
And I want to remind you guys too, if you guys happen to be new, please feel free, if you enjoyed it, give the video a like. Please check out our other content, subscribe. As I said, we've been around a decade and a half at this point. There's tons of film commentaries, tons of different types of content over the years. As far as what we have out, join us for Fango Friday. We've been enjoying that. I think we're on issue 8 next.
8, yeah. It's
zombie, it's officially gotten good. I'd say with issue 7, it turned a page.
Yeah, and now we're awesome.
It's horror now. Check out the stream we did last week with Alpha issue 7, the best Fango Friday we've had yet.
Yeah,
I fucking almost blew snot out of my nose laughing at a point because it was just such a good time. And yeah, like I said, this issue is going to be great. So we're going to do that this Friday. Those are basically every Friday unless something comes up. But every Friday we're doing Fango Friday, going through all the issues of Fangoria pre-buyout. And what else? Obviously, the Cody Leach chat. Watch that video; just went up yesterday. Do support that. That one means a lot to me. If you guys watch and give a like and a comment more than anything right now, just because I want it to be a good reason to get more collaborations.
Yeah,
if these collaborations have good reactions, it will open the door for us to collaborate with more people, and I think that's the way.
Well, listeners, let us know who we should collaborate with, because you guys know even more than us, because you've probably seen a lot more shows than us. So throw them out there to us. Let us know.
And speaking of Cody Leach, if you guys will listen to that interview, I honestly think we should do a Child's Play 3 commentary crossover with him.
That'd be cool.
I kind of like said it in jest, but if you guys like that chat we had with him, you guys should go to his channel. You guys should subscribe to him anyway. I mean, he's real big. You might already do, but let him know we sent you. Let him know you came from Revival House, and be like, hey, you should really do that Child's Play 3 commentary with him.
Yeah,
because that would be a fun time. And next week, what's coming out next week? Anything? Obviously, Fango Friday. We got to figure it out. I think we were going to stream more Freddy's Nightmares, but we pushed that out. We'll figure out. We're officially starting the Christmas month next week, so
we had some ideas coming here in December.
We'll keep you posted. But anyway, everybody, God bless. Eat, be merry, enjoy family. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.
Later.
Big thanks to the Revival House family. Your loyalty fuels our obsession with horror and lets us uncover the darkest, most twisted gems just for you. If you're not a member yet, consider joining the cult today. You'll get early access to videos, exclusive content, and behind-the-scenes scares you won't find anywhere else. Until next time, this is Revival House, your home for horror. And remember, we'll leave the house lights off for you.